We're here today to talk about... You know what, let's start this a different way. Once upon a time there was a magical kingdom where people lived happily and all was peaceful. In this kingdom lived many people, including a princess called Joanne. A group of very nice women also lived there, and it was their job to look after the other ladies and the girls and boys of the kingdom, making sure they didn't get hurt, and looking after the kingdom's pet fox, Lassie. Everyone in the kingdom loved the very nice women and thought they were great. All the people in the kingdom got along marvellously, and they all decided to hold a great big storytelling competition. They all wrote their stories down and gave them to each other to read. After they'd read them all, they all agreed that Princess Joanne's stories were the best. Not only that, but they were the best stories that anyone had ever read, ever. But Princess Joanne was a bit sad, because she was married to an evil prince who didn't treat her very nicely at all, and he was a big bully. One day he was very rude to her, but she was very brave and kicked him up the bottom and told him to go away. The very nice women held a meeting and decided that because Princess Joanne wrote the very best stories and she was very brave indeed, they should make her queen of all the land and made her a special crown out of golden paper. Queen Joanne was very happy and carried on writing excellent stories. Soon people came from all around the world to read them, and they all agreed they were the greatest stories they had ever read. Some people even acted out the stories on a stage, although they weren't anywhere near as good as the books. People gave Queen Joanne a lot of money because they liked her stories so much, but Queen Joanne thought she had quite enough money already and gave a lot of it away to other people in the kingdom who didn't have much money at all. What a nice thing to do. But one day a new group of people turned up in the kingdom. They called themselves the Good Guys Gang, and they started talking to all the other people in the kingdom about how good they were. They even wore t-shirts that said, "We are the Good Guys Gang." The Good Guys Gang were led by 3 men. The first was called Jolyon, and he told people that they should keep all their money for themselves and not share anything with anyone else. Also, he kicked poor Lassie in the bum one day because he didn't like foxes. That wasn't very good, was it? The second man was called Tiny Owen, and he told people that he was the best at everything, and that anyone who didn't agree with him should just shut up and go away, because he was always right. That wasn't very nice, was it? The third man was called David, and he stood at a bus stop all day, without even getting on the bus. That wasn't very clever, was it? The Good Guys Gang told everyone how great they were, and pretended to be very nice to everyone in the kingdom. But when people weren't looking, the Good Guys Gang picked on the very nice women because they were jealous of them and wanted to kick them out of the kingdom. One night, when everyone in the land was asleep, the Good Guys Gang sent very rude notes to the very nice women and told them that they should all leave the kingdom now. That wasn't very nice, was it? The very nice women were shocked and started to tell everyone in the kingdom about it, but people didn't believe them because the Good Guys Gang pretended to be friendly. Who? Us, said Jolyon, Tiny Owen and David. We can't be mean to anyone because we're the good guys. And everyone believed them. One day, when everyone in the land was busy at work, the Good Guys Gang started shouting at the very nice women, and one of the gang even hit one of the women with a piece of rotten fruit. That wasn't very nice, was it? The very nice women were sad and started to tell everyone in the kingdom about it, but people didn't believe them because the Good Guys Gang pretended to be friendly. Who? Us, said Jolyon, Tiny Owen and David. We can't be mean to anyone because we're the good guys. And everyone believed them. One morning, when everyone in the land was busy making breakfast, the Good Guys Gang started pulling tongues and blowing raspberries at the very nice women, and one of the gang even told the women that he was going to keep being nasty to them. That wasn't very nice, was it? The very nice women were upset and started to tell everyone in the kingdom about it, but people didn't believe them because the Good Guys Gang pretended to be friendly. Who? Us, said Jolyon, Tiny Owen and David. We can't be mean to anyone because we're the good guys, and everyone believed them. One evening, when everyone in the land was making a cup of tea, the Good Guys Gang started making up lies about the very nice women and writing them all over the kingdom. and one of the gang even broke into one of the Very Nice Women's workshops and broke all her tools. That wasn't very nice, was it? But this time, Queen Joanne was looking out of the window of her palace and saw the gang being mean. The Very Nice Women were angry and started to tell everyone in the kingdom about it, but people still didn't believe them because the good guys gang pretended to be friendly. Who? Us, said Jolie and Tiny Owen and David. We can't be mean to anyone because we're the good guys. Queen Joanne was a bit scared of the gang, but she was very brave and stood up in front of all the people in the kingdom and said, "No, you're not good guys at all. You've been very nasty and very bad to the Very Nice Women, and you need to stop." The good guys gang didn't like that at all. They got angry. They got mad. Steam came out of their ears. They were so angry that they started shouting, and one of the gang said that they were going to beat Queen Joanne up. That certainly wasn't very nice, was it? But this time, everyone in the kingdom saw them. The people said, "Hang on, good guys don't do that sort of thing. You're not good at all. You're very bad indeed." Then, Lassie the Fox grabbed Jolien's t-shirt, and it began to rip. Jolien tried to kick Lassie in the bottom, but Lassie held tight and dodged the kicks. Jolien's t-shirt began to rip open, and all the people saw that he had another t-shirt underneath. But this one read, "We are the Bad Boys Brigade." The people in the crowd shouted, "Look, they aren't good guys at all. They're bad boys," and chased them out of the kingdom. The Bad Boys Brigade ran away because they were liars and big cowards, and they smelled like farts, and their brains were full of farts, and they kept doing farts because they were bad boys. Everyone agreed that the Very Nice Women were great, and they all said sorry to them for not believing them. They mended the tools and ripped up the rude notes and bought them flowers and chocolates and some lovely fox food for Lassie. They all agreed that the Very Nice Women should be listened to and believed because they wanted the best for everyone in the kingdom. Everyone was happy again, and all the children and women were safe, and Queen Joanne wrote more stories that everyone loved, and they all lived happily ever after. Except the Bad Boys Brigade, who had to go and live in a big stinky swamp, and no one ever believed them ever again. The end. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining us. If you liked what you saw, please click on the like button.
Hands up who likes me!
Ring the bell thing. And please subscribe. That way YouTube thinks it's a good video and drops it into more people's timelines. You can sign up to become a Patreon member and get some cool stuff, and you can find us on Twitter. We did have a coffee page, but it was targeted by gender ideology activists and has been under review for the past year, so don't bother with that. In the unlikely event that you do want to sling us a few quid for making these videos, you can donate via PayPal. It keeps us in tea and biscuits while we edit these things together. Thanks again, and we'll see you all next time.